No, that was darkness.
Oh.
It's gonna put that as a negative to the negative if you had it.
Welcome everybody.
Same thing with my gang up bonus.
No, my my new or I was testing the effect of ignore darkness and whatnot, and my notice roll should get a +2.
Hey, Marb,
You know that.
did you go pee?
Did you just do that to me, Drake? Son of a bitch. Thank you. Whew. Ticker. Yeah, you caught me when I was right in the middle of the day. I was just not paying a bit of attention, trying to make sure all the,
I just see Mark flailing on camera and don't hear anything.
Good Lord. All right. So how you guys doing, man? Deadlands for Thursday night. You had a run in with some of Thin Noodle's Ma's tongs in the Jade.
Grognarg left. Scared him off.
George Orr is in here. Bradius Caesar. I see you, Bradius Caesar. Panelin Silversong. Oh, he's an old faithful. Good to see you, Panelin.
Why is it not ignoring it?
Broken. It's broken.
So
You push the red button.
Why is what not?
The ignore hashtag dark isn't working.
Oh, is it supposed to be like HG has dark side? It says ignore illumination.
Okay. Maybe
so should it be ignore illumination -2 to ignore illumination penalties?
Yeah, I got mine right from the power.
Yeah. But I'm having to code it. I'm having to code it directly to the edges thing.
9 months,
so
Drake. Subscribe for 9 months. Thank
right? You. It doesn't seem that long.
Yeah.
Can you change darkness to like darkness with one S or something?
There you go. Darkness ignored.
Well, and I got the +2. Okay.
Okay, now darkness is on.
Yeah,
right,
it's been on, but you need to change
I have just turned it off. Is he?
You need to change the tag a little bit so it doesn't keep triggering the sound.
Oh, I've actually got the sounds turned down. Hang on a second.
You could probably just rename the thing.
Yeah, every time darkness comes up, this long thing plays.
Really? Well, let me hear it.
It's really awkward when you fart in the darkness.
Yeah, okay. Let's make sure that it's not just darkness, it's not dark too. Alright. No, that's not gonna. Yeah, okay.
Okay, good.
Alright. So, sorry folks so we're gonna jump in here. I'll explain what's happening. Yeah, what?
Does it keep cutting out for anyone else? Like, I can see Marb talking, but I don't hear anything on Discord.
Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear that.
Am I cutting out for anybody else?
Sounded like you may have cut out after you said, "Can you hear this?" Or.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's just change servers. What do you say? Go from US South to.
I'm not sure if it's my Discord being weird or everyone's or Discord.
There. Is that any better? Hello.
Yeah, it looks like you changed the region.
Yep, change the region to Eastern. Is that any better? We good? Hello?
Sounds like you may have let off early on the key.
No. Holding the key until I finish speaking.
All right, so I heard you say no, and your mouth kept moving in the video, but there was no sound.
And everybody else heard me, right?
Curse you, Internet Strahd.
there too.
Can you hear me, Veno?
Yes, but you cut out at the tail end of my name.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. Is it too bad you can't understand what I guess for Brad, he's hello? Hello? You know what? I'm just going to restart Discord. How's that? Yep.
Probably.
All right. How's this? Any better?
Yeah, there you go.
I think it's better.
Okay, let's go. Anything else?
Zelakar, what's up?
We'll take darkness off. Hello, Zelkar. Darkness is now off.
I
Right.
think it's still doing it.
Yeah, why you're breaking up, Marbanya?
Wow. Ping time at the moment is 167. That might have something that.
For me?
Well, just my connection to whatever region we're connected to. I mean, it's not red or anything. It's just Discord being a butt.
I think it might be because like I got double messages from you a minute ago, Veno.
I mean, double message.
Like it sent a message twice.
I hear all you
Oh.
guys perfectly. I hear everything you're saying.
I hear all you. Blah, blah, blah.
Agreed.
Hey, Brad, I think you and I need to restart Discord.
How about now, Drake? Am I sounding bad to you too, Jeremy?
I got you, I think.
I'll be right back.
I restarted Banana too. Restarted the audio engine.
Bonana.
Banana Fofana.
It sounds okay. It sounds like you're not holding the push to talk button long enough, but
I wonder if I wore out this button.
change your key binding to something else. Or just open mic it. You can flip it up. That's what I do. I just go, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Nope.
Mhm.
Seems good so far.
Nope. Today's Thursday the 30th.
Ow.
I think Timmons clubbed people more than he shot people. He's got to put a new stock on a shotgun, that's for sure. He's probably split it.
I valiantly.
We're not done.
Yeah,
HG.
No setting it on fire.
Yeah.
I think I showed great restraint last week.
Yeah, you only punched
Actually,
Jeb
yeah.
and Timmons a couple times.
Yeah,
You took it out on your party members instead of the bar. Timmons has got a black eye, a fat lip, and it's all due to H.G. Willikers' roundhouse freaking drunken kick to the face.
HG, how many of your did you hit all three of them? Did you manage to hit all three of them last week?
I know
No,
I know he hit Jeb and Timmons at least once each.
Yeah, I think I hit Jeb twice and Timmons once.
Yeah, I avoided it somehow.
It's not even
I
He
think
punched
Timmons
Ed
got hit
Hudson.
twice too. I think one time though, I think you missed though. I think you missed. You went to hit and you missed or something.
By the way, restarting Discord seems to have fixed the issue that was going on.
Well,
Ah, ugh. You're technically in the Ozarks? I didn't think the Ozarks extended quite that far north.
So
I didn't
were
realize
these gang members the ones that we fought on the train?
No, these were the one from Matong or whatever.
from Noodles Pals.
Yeah, then my noodles. Thanks, Layroon.
What's up, Leroon? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Happy was
Do we have any dead
Tongs
wonton
everywhere.
noodles outside?
Not outside.
They're
Just the
all
ones
in
here.
the inside. All right.
Yep.
So Timmons is gonna walk out here and take a peek at this body. He's got a shotgun pointed at it though,
Give me a-
loading up 2 rounds.
Give me a notice roll.
If it twitches,
Oh, you know why?
all right. Let's.
That's why. I still got to press the button because Discord says it's push to talk. Okay. Anyway. So you roll him
Huh?
over with the toe of your boot or what?
Oh, he's face down.
Face down,
Well,
yeah. Pretty good.
first I'm gonna poke him with my shotgun in the back of the neck. Hey, buddy. You lazy?
As you do, he kind of twitches a little bit. He's not dead. You can tell he's not dead. But he's had the shit beat out of him.
And when you say he, is he one of these wonton soup guys,
He's
or
Chinese.
I mean, is he wearing the same loincloth or whatever these guys were wearing?
No.
Timmons is like, yeah, does he got clothes on? I don't know.
I don't know. To you, he looks like, whoever.
Timmons is holding his side. He's still bleeding. I think that wound is from HG, by the way. I don't remember. So he got a big knot on his head.
Something about him. It kind of looks familiar.
Yeah, he's gonna roll him over. Hey, buddy.
All right, give me a
But I'll
+2
do
on
it.
your notice roll.
Now that I can see his face.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, that's my brother.
You don't have a. You know what? We got to reset some tokens and cards and stuff here real quick. But, yeah, you recognize him as the old drunk. Remember the old drunk that you guys saw at?
The one that I was hanging out with.
Yeah.
Weren't you trying to give
Taco
him
Tuesday
tacos?
drunk?
The one Taco Tuesday drunk. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, that's my buddy.
But
I'm gonna pick him up and bring him in.
yeah, at first, I mean, you didn't hardly recognize him, like, because the whole side of his face that was facing you, as he was laying face down in the dirt, is just all beat to shit, and you roll him over the other side of his face is okay. So you pick him up, not a
I
problem.
keep
He's
the
pretty
okay side of face so I can see it. The other one, I don't.
You don't want to
I'll
look at that. So you haul him inside. Okay. What are you guys
I'm
gonna do with these
plopping
bodies and
down
stuff?
on one of those couches. I say, can I do something? Like, is he bleeding? I give him, hey man, you need an ice pack?
He kind of throws his head back and he looks at you, and he mumbles something in Chinese. You don't understand a thing he says. Then
Taco Tuesday? I
his
say
head
back
just
to,
yeah, taco tote, and then his head just falls forward.
oh, I'll prop his head up on a pillow and I'll say, it'd be nice if we had a doctor. Look at my bloodied shirt. Timmons is gonna go about and, is there there's not a little room somewhere.
Well, you guys got rooms upstairs. There are stairs over here that you get to
Oh,
down,
okay.
down that hallway, down this hallway here, and it comes around, goes up the stairs to the second floor. I didn't do a
What's
map of the second floor because I just didn't think we'd need it. Because Kenny Rogers, the bartender, uh, he looks at you guys and he says, "You're gonna be in a heap of trouble with the missus. You better get this cleaned up and fast." And let's see,
what?
11 rounds, so 11 times 6, 66 seconds.
It was
So
like a minute.
a little over a minute, yeah.
The bodies are still falling from the first shot.
Except for the one that HG is giving a drink to.
So Timmons is going to start dragging the bodies out back.
All right.
Is that a window or a door? It's a window. Oh, here's a door. Shit.
There is
You
a
gotta
door
drag them
right
all the way
here.
around?
There's a door right there. Yep.
Well, what's in this room? Is it a mud room?
Pretty much just empty room, storage and stuff.
All right, that's a good spot for bodies. We'll put them in there.
All right. Store. Got the body stored in the closet.
Hey, Kenny, you think you might have a couple of sheets?
A couple of
Blankets?
blankets.
He clarifies. Sheets, and then he looks at everybody. So they don't make fun of his list. He says blankets.
Thank you, Brad. Brady is Caesar, 2 months in a row.
I'm worried about the economy, and I figured this way it'll help the cardiologists.
Good point. Oh, 2 months in a row. Thank you, Brad. You guys just set me up. You pull me in, I get into the story, and then you bam, and I love every bit of it. All right.
By the way, Mark, I'd like to point out that there's a little bit of roleplay going on in FG chat.
Yeah, to you right now, Jeff, everything is surreal. It's like you're walking through a dream. And I've got to look at something in the notes because you were supposed to make me a note. Did you guys ever do the thing that you're most afraid of?
I'm most afraid of?
Yeah,
Yeah, I did.
3 rumors and biggest fear.
Oh, that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember the fear part. I honestly do not remember the fear part.
Okay. Well, the whole.
Oh, it's on the notes tabs. There's a worst nightmare.
see.
I don't see worst nightmare.
Yeah.
It's on the notes tab underneath the background.
On your character sheet.
Oh. Really? Really, Marv?
Actually, that might be kind of cool.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, your worst nightmare is there. And for you, I get to pick because I remember you saying there was a rumor buried alive with spiders. And that's exactly what you remember. Um, it seems like you spent a day or two running and or trying to dig your way out of this grave, and then the thing filling up with spiders, and all you could do. It just seems like it went on for days, and that's all you can remember right now. You hear these people talking to you around you, but you're not really zoning in on what they're saying. So yes! he Dather777, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the follow. Um, he he's looking at you, Father Miguel, and you're talking to him, and he's not really responding. It's like he's looking at you, but he's not looking at you. You know what I mean? It's almost like shell shock. Perfect way to explain it. That's what you feel like right now, Beno, or Jeb. So yeah, if you guys been role playing over there, you probably are having a hard time. There you go. You're buried alive, spiders. Good enough. That's what's going on in your head right now. Timmons, you start grabbing these bodies two at a time and dragging them into the back room, storing them back here.
He
Will,
he does a
Williker's,
good job
Goddamn
too.
accurate.
He lines them up and folds their arms over them, and then once he gets them all lined up, if he's got to stack them to make room, he's not opposed to that. And then he'll put some blankets over the top of them.
HG, the bartender Kenny, um, he hands you a broom and a mop. And then he sets 4 glasses up there and fills them up with whiskey. 4 little shot glasses. These two people sitting in the back kind of pick up their coins and their dollar bills and their folding money and whatnot off the table. And you see them pretty much hightail it for the door.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe we
Actually,
shouldn't do the
no.
same.
They would have went in here and upstairs. Yeah.
We'll get a good look at them so we can give the police a good description of the criminals that killed everybody.
Why, we were just sitting here minding our own business when 2 groups of Chinese fellows came and started punching each other. And shooting each other with our guns. Quite suspicious indeed.
So, yeah, you pretty much cleared the
This is
room.
a question. Are we going to stick around here? Are we...
You're still outside or moving the bodies or something, like she.
The bartender,
Well, I meant
Kenny, looks
after
at
that.
you and says, "No, you're not, probably not going to be sticking around here. I can tell you that as soon as the missus gets back. Probably not going to happen."
How you going to explain the windows?
Well, yeah, I figure if you don't pay for it, then it won't get paid for. Them tongs ain't going to pay for it, that's for sure. And he looks over the bar at the bloodstains on the floor.
Did we collect any money off of the bodies?
You might have. If you rifled
Well,
through
you
the
know
pocket.
Timmons is... Hell yeah.
Timmons there, you should go pay the man for the damages. I will ensure you get your tacos if you do that.
Let's see, there's 8. That won't drop in the tower. What the hell's going on?
User error.
You got a user error?
No, that's usually what's wrong is user error, not program error.
Nope.
AKA,
just
it's
can't,
your fault.
I can't get them to drop in there, so we'll just do.
Wow.
Oh, that's lots of fives, and they exploded. So add that up: 11, 12, 13, 18, 23, 33, 38, 39, 42, $42.
It's a
And
sign.
it's $42 in
Fan money.
yeah, I think they've got their own coinage here that Tam mints. Actually, no, it's Quan's. Warlord Quan mints his own coins. So they got some Chinese guy's face on there.
Timon says, I don't know how much some windows are going to cost, but this will put a dent in it. And he slides the whole wad over to him.
You see
Compliments
the bartender
of
looks at
Fu
it,
Young over there.
and he takes about 5 of them silver dollars off the top, sticks them in his pocket, and then the rest of it he rakes into a box. He goes, that ought to do it.
Oh, and Timmons picks up his beer that he had there earlier and didn't even get a sip of it. Takes a swig.
Is that right? Where we were jumping over the bar? I'm not sure if there's much in the way of the beer left.
No, his is more. There's nothing on the bar. Everything's smashed off, but his beer, he's like, picks it up.
Well,
Takes a
that is
swig.
fortuitous. You were destined to drink that beer.
That's a lucky ass beer right there.
The worst fears. That's a good one, Father Miguel. I would think so. All right, so
And you have the power to do that, which is what the worst is.
so the bartender tells you, man, you're gonna have to get out of here. And about that time,
We good? We even. We good.
about that time, now Timmons, you're inside with the rest of these guys, I guess, talking to them, putting bodies away. So I'm gonna move you back in here. About that time, the saloon doors opened up, and who is it? Who could it be?
Pennington Smythe. Tony Longtail.
Yeah,
What
Tony
time of
did.
day is this?
Long-haired Tony. It was 10 o'clock at night, I believe. No, this says 9:15 a.m. It was nighttime when you guys got here.
No, I thought it was
I thought it was Saturday
early
night.
morning.
Oh, is it? No. Oh yeah, because
I
you
thought we
guys
were
had
gonna meet
traveled
for
all night.
breakfast.
That's right.
Right, and then we slept, and then woke up, and we're having breakfast here.
Well, you're going to meet the captain for breakfast over at Sunrise House.
Hey, Timmons, you look like you are a bit sore there.
Yeah, there's a big old knot right here on the side of my head from that little old drunk man over there.
So it's probably about 20 minutes after the fight, and long-haired Tony comes walking in with a handful of his deputy.
Well, that makes me feel a lot better.
That should help.
Well, if it isn't the law.
To some, maybe. What seemed to happen here?
We were jumped.
He's looking at the bloodstains on the floor. You're probably not talking yet, Jeb.
Oh.
You're you just yeah.
Ooh.
So you just sit there and you stay quiet.
Don't make me poke you with the Bible again.
Timon says, them Ho Chi Minh guys jumped through the window over there and smashed us. That window, that window, that window, that window, and that window. There was a fight ensued and they died.
Where are they?
They in the back room.
So, you seem, well, shall we take a look, he says.
Sure, come
you.
on. I stacked them all up nicely.
So you guys go to the back room, and he looks them over and looks at their clothes, and he looks at their faces, and he says, well, good luck to you here in Shanfan. You're really going to need it.
I pat my shotgun. How do you know the name of my shotguns? Double barrel luck.
Double barrel luck, huh? We'll see how that holds out. And him and his deputies walk out this back door right here, and they leave. That's about all there is to it.
You at least calling the coroner to get these bodies?
Not my problem.
I not have to read the laws in this town. I thought the sheriff. Oh, you the marshal. That's right.
So don't the slop wagon just pick them up in the morning?
He just walks off whistling, shaking his head. If he was Catholic, he'd make the sign of the cross as he walked away from him.
Is he fluffing his hair out too as he goes?
Yep. Yeah, so,
Timmons
okay.
feels a little like the mailman didn't bring his mail. He's like, something ain't right.
Well, he probably figures you guys got enough stuff to worry about. You know, if he takes you in, all he's doing is babysitting some people that are probably going to get killed in his jail. So why would he do that?
That's a lot of paperwork for him.
A lot of paperwork. Yeah, he figures they'll take care of it themselves. So,
And that one was his cousin.
And Padre's fault.
we'll roll the time forward here a little bit. We'll say it's 10 o'clock, about 45 minutes, clean up all that stuff. You guys heading over to the Sunrise House or what?
Is that we can stay there?
They might have rooms. It's a possibility they got rooms. It's a hotel.
Are they willing to run them to us?
It is a hotel. What did you say, HG? What you doing?
So how long they're willing to rent them to us is the real question.
Yeah, that's true. So,
We don't tell anyone where we're going, and we go a weird way. But yes, we go to Sunshine House, Sunrise House.
I think your drunk buddy's the one that brought them to us last time.
Spinster! Thank you for the biddy, Spinster.
The beat up guy out front. I'm guessing they beat the information out of him as to who was at their place and where they went.
So, looking at the map of Shanfan there, you guys are, I'll draw an arrow. Right in here is the Jade. And I don't think there's a drawing tool like that in here, is there? Where you can draw arrows.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's a drawing tool. That's a Fantasy Grounds thing.
And a couple blocks up is Sunrise House.
So it's real quick, and we don't need to take a secret shortcut or anything.
Oh no. The whole Red Lantern district's pretty small.
Let's go around the back way. Like around the block and see if anyone's following us.
Is anybody pulling a Jeb by the hand or something?
Yeah, I'll lead him around. I'll put my hand on his shoulder and kind of push him.
Jeb.
Oh, I want to take Taco Tuesday with us too.
Yeah.
Can we rent a wagon? Or a carriage?
You guys have horses and stuff in the livery stables out back. Your wagons are parked, in a storage lot someplace, but your horses and shit are in a livery stable.
Well, I don't want to lug this guy over the side of my horse down through town.
Well,
can we get a rickshaw?
Yeah, sure. You get a rickshaw.
So I rent a rickshaw and put him in it, and I tell him to follow me, and I'll be on my mule.
Okay.
Keep up there, boy.
So you
Don't
ride
step in that.
your mule. You guys all going with him, I guess. Everybody heading
Unless
to
he's going
Sunrise
somewhere
House?
else. Yeah,
It's getting
I
late.
believe so.
I'm tired. I want to take these boots off.
No, it's 10 o'clock in the morning.
And I'm tired. I want to get these boots off.
Well, Timmons did get hit in the head a few times.
Did you guys grab your bags and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure we would.
Yeah.
So you're vacating the Jade. That's what I wanted to hear. All right. So you guys
Yeah,
head
absolutely.
you head up the road. You get your rickshaw. You put what the hell was his name?
His new name is Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. What the hell was his name? It was funny. Willie Longtam, I think was it. Willie Longtam.
AKA Taco Tuesday.
Yeah. Willie Longtam, aka Taco Tuesday.
Is he gonna die? I asked the Reverend. Is he gonna die?
No,
Is this fella gonna die?
you see him kind of starting to come around a little bit, and he's holding his head. Then he
Or
just
the
leans
father?
over.
Sorry, not the Reverend.
He just leans over in the rickshaw, and every now and then he sits up, and he's holding his face, and he looks like he's gonna be all right. But yeah, he's pretty beat up. So away you go, and you come to the Sunrise House.
I buy him corn on the cob because I know he can't eat it.
We're going to go through a bunch of dialogue here really quick because they included it in this module, and you're going to go, holy shit, is this done with yet? But it's pretty cool. The story is pretty cool. Okay. So a victorious team returns with Pennington Smythe to Shanfan. And you guys make your way there, and they take you up to the suites where Dillinger and Pennington Smythe are staying. And these guys are happy to hear. Come on in, welcome, guys. By God, it's good to see you, chaps.
They had a bit of a situation.
You guys all look a little beat up. Well, you look not much worse for wear, but
We had to run in with your friends again.
Jeb's skin is probably looking quite pale by now.
And Jeb caught a flu or something.
And so he says, he walks over, sits down. Gentlemen, please, have a seat. And there's bacon, there's ham for breakfast, some beans, other stuff brought in here, some leeks. You guys probably don't even know what leeks are. Lychees.
These are some weird-looking onions.
Timmons is going up ham with beans in it. I'm making me some
Ew.
green beans.
Ew.
He's like, beans.
So you see Dillinger sit down, and Pennington Smythe starts relating the story from your little excursion out there to retrieve the amulet, and Dillinger's he's slapping his legs. Boy, God, good show. And on and on and on. And Smythe says, he looks at you and he says, gentlemen, he stands up and he walks over to a side table. And he opens a drawer in a side table and he brings out this box. He walks over and he opens up the box, and inside you see a bunch of, there's about a dozen signet rings inside this box. He says the rules for joining our society are a bit rigorous in normal times, but these are, as the Chinese say, interesting times. You have more than proven yourselves, and whether you like it or not, your destiny and that of the Explorer Society are intertwined. This ring is a symbol of your membership in our little club. But there's an inner circle as well, and after our last adventure, you deserve to know of it. The creature you saw last night was most certainly unique, but there are others of its ilk in the world. I've seen them, from blood-soaked trenches of Crimea to the hills of China. By God, I've seen monsters. After the first few encounters, I began to do research. I learned that horrors rise wherever there is fear and violence. I sought out and tracked down some of these fiends and slew them. Eventually, I attracted the attention of others of like spirit, my fellow members of the Explorer Society. And with that, he takes 4 rings out of the box, lays them on the table, closes the box, turns around, puts it back in the drawer. Then he turns back around to me and he says, I also discovered that the Society is only the most recent phase of our little fellowship. Men and women, I might add, have been banding together to fight evil since as far back as King Solomon himself. Maybe even further.
Hallelujah!
Our particular branch can trace its roots to ancient Rome and a brotherhood called the Twilight Legion. Were I to tell you what our long-dead brethren found in the Teutoburger Wald, your hair would turn white, whatever the Teutoburger Wald is. Obviously German. So now, I bestow upon you an honor, a privilege, and most importantly, a responsibility. Right wrongs, defend the oppressed, save the innocent, and slay the beasts. Welcome to the Explorer Society. Here there be monsters, and those who hunt them. And then he hands each of you a ring.
Timmons takes off his fake one, puts on the
Yeah, slay the monsters. I don't know what these beasts are, but they sound bad, and that means they are ripe for the slaying.
You gentlemen have received your first taste of such beasts.
So, do we give you our banking account number, or how does that work when you deposit our funds? Timmons smiles.
Quite the sense of humor. I like that, chap. Yes, well, I would also suggest, gentlemen, that if you have had more problems as a result of your dealings with my captors, you may wish to lay low for a while, or in fact, you may wish to leave the city altogether. And that brings me to another point.
Do you know of another location that is a good place to visit?
Well, and he gets up and he goes back over the side table and he takes out a pencil and or a quill pen or sorry,
Pencil sounds accurate
a
for the
pencil,
job.
good enough pencil, and
Yeah,
a piece of
modern
paper.
pencil goes back to the Napoleonic Wars, if I recall correctly.
Okay, good deal. So he walks over and he says, "Who was the one who saw the markings on the wall?"
I seen them.
A lightning
I
bolt.
think
Also,
Jeff
this-
saw him, but he's kind of out of it at the moment.
I saw something on the wall. I don't know what it was.
You talking about the glowing ones?
Yeah, he
that we
walks over
pointed
to
out
you,
to your
Timmons.
friend?
Yeah, he walks over to you, Timmons, and he says, I want to see if you saw what I saw. And he asks you to draw it out. Draw the lightning bolt thing out.
Oh, I also have a question. Do you know anything about this that I found on the body of the person who attacked us? Because I found some kind of sword or knife or something. I don't recall now because it was at the very end on the one body.
Off the
That's
orc?
right,
Or, oh, no,
that's
you're
right,
talking about one of the
that's right.
corpses.
Yeah, the corpse in the cave.
I have got. See, they don't have. I don't see any place where there's parcels in here. Maybe there are. I just haven't found it right yet. But let me find that sword.
Well, I know there's. I thought there was a button parcels.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
And Timmons, you found 2 sticks of dynamite. You or HG, one of you guys. I forgot to tell you guys there were 2 sticks of dynamite in there too.
Timmons
Yes.
has dynamite. HC, you need some dynamite. Timmons looks over at HC. Did he notice it? I'll put him in my pocket.
Oh, I'm good. He wouldn't have cared.
Timmons doesn't trust HC with dynamite.
He looks at it. It's got some stamped, some engraving stamped into the cross piece, the cross member on this thing. See, did I pin a picture of it?
Cross member.
Cross member.
He
Looks
said
like
member.
that.
A saber.
Yes. And he looks at it and he says, the willow leaf. And I think I can drag this right into your inventory. I don't know if you can use it or not, Father Miguel. But basically it is a strength plus d6 plus 2 sword. Does damage, strength plus d6 plus 2.
Sounds like a good weapon for HG.
Yeah, it's 2 hands.
Oh, is it?
Nope. I
Never
already
mind.
do more damage.
Yep. It's 2
Timmons
hands.
has a 8 strength.
I took Martial Master, whatever. Yep,
Martial
Is it
that's
Warrior.
what it is. Yeah, Martial Warrior. So I deal a D12 plus a D6 plus 3.
Yes, minimum
So
strength
it's
for this is a
fighting?
d6. And it's 2 hands because it's bigger than. It kind of looks like an officer's saber, an army officer's saber, but it's bigger than that.
I don't see Timmons lugging that big ass thing around. I just don't see it. He's got lucky. Strapped to his back. Shotgun.
Well, maybe we can have an undead swordsman in our party.
Why in the world would you want an undead anything in your party? You priests of all people. Oh God. What does Catholicism come to?
He's a father.
It's a good thing we left the church centuries ago. So anyway, yeah, that's what you find. And he tells you a little bit about the history. So, because he's been to China. And you guys are now in the Explorer Society. But, now let me scroll back to where I was. And he's telling you that it might be a good idea to lay low. Now, you may have some questions of him about the Explorer Society or, anything else. Opportune time to ask those questions, he says.
Do we get a room?
They generally have an open bar.
We have facilities in other cities where there are not people who are trying to murder us.
That's perfect. HG asks about booze. Timmons asks about sleep.
Gentlemen, I believe there could be some rooms arranged. We have other members that come and go from this location all the time.
Is everyone else British?
No. Not even I can speak with a good British accent. Matter of fact, I'm sure my British friends would want to slap the shit out of me right now. But it's more of the proper, as you would say, pompous, the pompous British, the high society.
Sure.
Yeah, I did
Was
notice
there a map of
penitence.
the sunrise?
No, but there probably can be if you guys spend much time here.
Well, that would be up to you.
Yep.
In HG, I think. I mean, those are the two people that would.
Actually, you know what? I just did a map for another module that I'm working on, and I could probably grab that map and use it. So I think I'll
Well,
do
I
that.
think for now we want to go somewhere else, though.
Yeah. Where might we lay low, do you think?
Is there someplace in Shanfan that you recommend, or maybe we should pony up outside of town for a few days?
Yeah, perhaps in an adjacent locality.
As a matter of fact, here I'm going to use these, even though they don't really fit the motif, but they're pretty good looking maps. So let me go. Ah, no, those are PNG. So what do you guys want to do? You asking any questions or?
Yeah, is there a location other than Shanfan where perhaps we might help with fighting this evil, where there are not Chinese men who are trying to shoot us in the face?
Well, he tells you, he says, you know, there is something interesting. From the moment I saw that marking on the wall, he tells you he couldn't get it out of his head. He kept thinking, why does that look familiar or sound familiar or something rings a bell about it?
He got to do it for you.
He walks over and he picks up a book and he opens the book to a certain page, and inside is a piece of paper folded up and tucked in. Looks like it's been torn out of something.
You must be careful with your books. It looks like you have ripped one.
Did I get that in the right place? Let's see. Okay. He says, "Oh no. This was brought in. I'm not even sure its origin, but it was someplace close to Shanfan here, and it was just amongst the possessions of someone who did not make it out of a hellish nightmare. If I were to say any other way, it was awful. But he pulls out a piece of paper. Let me give you your damn maps here while I'm map. Here we go.
That is a very good rendition there, Timmons.
Is that what you thought?
There you go.
Damn. Nice.
Cool. We'll name it Sunrise House and all that. So yeah, there's like this private room back here, and they've got it where you guys are back there. There's rooms upstairs. I will share the second floor in case we ever need it, because you guys will have it that way.
Is this one of your maps, Barb? It's a really nice map.
Yeah, I used the Mike Schley design tiles from. I used Campaign Cartographer on it. And Mike Schley does a lot of the maps. Well, he used to do a lot of the maps. I think recently they went to Elven Towers, and I don't know who else, but Wizards of the Coast did a lot of maps for him. I think the Sword Coast, the big Sword Coast map everybody uses. He did that.
Look at that, Miguel. They got your own little room up here.
All right, now let me do some Windows management. There, you guys got a map of your hotel now. So, cool.
All right, now let us head to a new one.
Simmons' bed.
Although it looks like there's just a regular chair there in the bath. Now.
There's a hole in the back.
And I just closed the map, so what the hell, whatever. So yeah, and I'm trying to find this piece of paper. Where the? I know where it's at. Let me do it. There we go. And he basically shows it to you. He says this was a torn out page out of someone's journal. And you can see it's written in somebody's handwriting. It says, couldn't even consider it further. I was too afraid. Mother had gone by then and the whole west side of town was in flames. You could hear folks screaming, folks we knew. Lord, I should have helped them, but I was crying and so very afraid. That thing, I dare not write of it again, was still out there. The ghost rock was burning and it sounded like devils clawing their way out of hell. And I wasn't about to let it find me and Emily. So we ran. And as we ran past the Waitley house, I remembered how Billy had said once he was in the library and saw a picture of a lightning bolt in an old book. Such a strange thing to remember, but then again, there were so many strange things. And that's what's written on this piece of paper. And he said, when I saw that symbol, and when you told me about it, and I ran back in there, he said, I just couldn't quit thinking, where have I seen a lightning symbol, a lightning symbol? Well, I haven't seen it, but it was in this piece of paper. And he tells you that there was another member of the Explorer Society that brought this in like a year ago.
Does that sound familiar to anybody? Waitley House?
He says it doesn't sound familiar to you.
Out of character, yes.
Yeah. They are a well-known family of, you know what? They're pretty well known, but in certain circles. So I'll let you guys give me a. Do you have history or something like that? What would it be? In
Common knowledge?
common
Common
knowledge. Just give me a common knowledge roll.
Is there anything Arcana?
I'm assuming that doesn't include me. Good job, Timmons.
Arcana would work too.
Brain hurts.
Timmons hits himself in the head with a book.
Okay, so I gave you all
Not
a +2.
a taco.
Timmons didn't get it. Father Miguel got it. H.G. Willikers got it. Jeb, you're not. You're just still dealing with. There's some weird shit going on. You keep hearing voices and you're seeing movement out of the corner of your eye and looking over, and so you're more freaked out right now than anything. So yeah, good thing you didn't roll. But two of you guys look at each other when he reads Waitley. Timmons, you're like, does that mean anything? And Father Miguel and H.G. Willikers look at each other, and the Waitleys are a family of sorcerers. They are pretty infamous out here.
I have heard that they are evil.
Yes.
They are in league with the devil.
Some would say yes. Yes, that's right. Righto, chap. I should be trying to talk like John Paul Jones from
Timmons.
Led Zeppelin.
You kind of come across as Thurston Hallish.
Thurston Howell III. Jim Backus. Tim is what?
Does anyone explain that to Timmons? Sorcerer.
They're witches.
So, do you know where they live? Because they might have a picture of the lightning bolt.
Says, well, that does bring me to the next part of the story. And he says, sometime in the past, not too long ago, there was an incident that happened in the town of Gomorrah. As a matter of fact, there was a funny little write-up called Sodom and Gomorrah, and that was
I believe that was quite a few years ago.
Well, it doesn't sound like it was particularly new.
no, but the Whateleys were behind it, no doubt. And at the time, it wasn't too far from Shanfan here. Gomorrah is still there, they say, though none go there anymore. You'd find it to the northeast of Shanfan. There's a short line railroad that runs out there that's been in disrepair for a number of years now. The town itself is there. There's an old overgrown trail that runs to it.
Okay, this is weird. There's an NCO edge.
Yeah, there's also
A private and
enlisted
an
and an
officer. And
I just kind of thought it was funny that there was a non-com in the edges.
yeah, they've got ones for all the I guess if you're doing a military themed one.
Yep. Savage Worlds is cool like that. Lots of consideration for all kinds of genres.
Just watch out for those falling ceiling lights.
Yeah, and the ceiling bulkheads.
All right, now, so you it's an interesting sounding location, although it sounds like it might be influenced by the devil.
That is probably an understatement, Father. Let's see, what can he tell you? Somewhere between Shanfan and Devil's Armpit, a little ghost town called Gomorrah. He says the funny thing was it wasn't marked on any map until recently. But why bother? Tumbleweeds blow down the avenues and the buildings are empty, except for the lonely wind that howls through their broken windows. Just dusty, decaying ruin.
But there are not a lot of angry Chinese criminals there, is what you're saying.
Oh, at least give it a couple of days to blow over. In the meantime, you can perhaps seek out Gomorrah in the old Whately Manor. Maybe there's something intact there. Looking for a book with a lightning bolt.
well, Timmons says, I think we need to go to the library because that's where they saw the book, in the library. Is there a library out there?
A library?
We will look for the place that has all the books, because that is most likely the library.
Well, they said the note says as they went past the Whately house. Yeah. So we ran, and as we ran past
Billy-
a library, peasant.
What's that?
What was that, HG?
But any good manor has a library.
A library.
A
library. Yes. Shit, man. Yeah. But there are libraries here. You guys could go do some research in. There's a library here in Shanfan. You probably can't read any of it.
Did the picture match the Timmons drew? Did they?
He says it's the same thing I saw. He just kind of wanted to make sure that he wasn't imagining things. Wanted to know if you saw the same thing that he did.
Ah!
Timmons wants to go to the library.
What's wrong with Mr. Hexman?
I think
I
he's
think
a
he
lunga
has
now.
I think he has the dysentery,
The distant
so he
terror.
might be having to run off to the privy real soon.
So you guys can get rooms here. Not a problem. You know, shaving a haircut, 2 bits. 2 bits for a bath in a room, whatever. 50 cents a night.
I say we may want to just avoid that, get supplies now, and get on the train out of town by morning.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of getting out of town.
Sleep on the train.
Well, he tells you there won't be any train there. He said there's a short line that runs off the main Iron Dragon line, but that hasn't been used in years. Oh, here we go.
Well, yeah, but we gotta take the Iron Dragon line out
I
too,
got it.
right?
I stopped it.
Do what?
Why don't we just get the mules and the wagons?
Let's get the
Load up.
horses.
The mules need to be stressed. They're stuck in that damn lever over there.
That sounds like a good idea to me, and then we will not be in town where there are a lot of angry Chinese criminals out to remove our faces from our skulls.
Quite right, chap.
Just
Using
watch out
this
for the
word-
spiders.
The spiders.
Sure thing, Jib. We will watch out for any spiders.
So I think the only thing else we want to do is get our shit, leave, but we want to see if there's a library. And see if there's anything on a lightning bolt that Timmons drew.
So you're going to a library here in town, or you're getting out of town?
I think we should head out of town, see if we can find a book in this other location, and then bring it back for reference.
Yeah, most likely probably a bad idea to go into the library.
Probably.
Unless just one of us sneaks in.
Probably a bad idea. So you guys are not going to take rooms right
No. No, we're getting the mules and getting the hell out of town. The mules and the wagons. Straight out. Where are we going towards the...
Can you have a map to this locale now?
There was a
The Watley
map
House?
of Central California. Where is it? Central California. Devil's Armpit's where he said, didn't he?
Between here and Devil's Armpit.
Okay, so that, I think the California map was... Yeah.
I meant more of a map as in they give us directions.
It's
but
a few days ride. No, he breaks out a map of California, of this part of California, and you guys are in Shanfan, and Devil's Armpit is out. So somewhere between here and there. So it's a couple days, few days ride out.
Well then, perhaps we should get started. What do you think, HG?
Yeah, might as well get going.
I believe they might be extra mad at you because you did set fire to the city.
That's not quite how I remember it. I'm pretty sure one of them must have like knocked over a lantern or something.
I'd care not to discuss that at all, gentlemen. It might be best.
Besides, they started this whole burning down buildings thing. They didn't want to have shit burnt down. They shouldn't have been burning down shit.
Well, that is a good point, but they still might be pretty angry about it, so I suggest we hurry up.
The good Bible teaches us eye for an eye.
Well, you do bring up a good point. I'm just saying that they might be pretty angry that they no longer have an eye.
Maybe
they have-
they're happy they still got an eye. Yeah, we should probably go.
Well, now they could put on an eye patch and be pirates, but I don't think that will help us.
No, probably not.
So we have a conversation about this on the way to the delivery to get the mules and the wagons.
We're just kind of dragging Jeb along with us.
All right, so no wagons, just horses and mules.
No, the wagons.
Wagons too. All right, let's see if you guys can get out of town. Somebody give me a D20.
Well, since I'm not doing much,
All right, no problem. You guys are able to kind of sneak over to the lot, get your mules hitched up to the wagons, get the saddles on the horses, and out of town you go. And you go right past Big Ear's Tam's place. You can see all of his guards and stuff up there around his compound. You guys head out. I'm going to roll the time forward. Let's say about 2 p.m. Yeah.
hey Marb,
Yeah.
is Padre still leading me around, or am I better able to control my actions?
Wait, what did we end up doing with the evil amulet thing?
Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to shuffle the adventure deck. I forgot to shuffle it now.
Pennington Smythe had it.
Yeah.
Smythe still had it. He put it in a bag.
Maybe we should be like taking it with us and hiding it in the middle of nowhere or something. I mean, if we're just gonna leave, they can roll right into that compound, pick him up, and take it back.
Where in the hell's my fate chip dealio? There it
You
is.
already dealt.
He does,
Yeah, but my tray was missing. Yes, my tray was missing.
Since it's been a while, do I need another spirit roll, or how do you want to handle
you're
that?
fine. You're fine. What's going to happen, Vino, is that whenever you get into a situation where there's a lot of fear, you may have to wrestle this Manitou. Okay.
Okay.
Not that the Manitou is, you're kind of, not as
Yeah, he's basically attempting to assert himself or assert his dominance over me.
Exactly. And if he wrests you completely away from yourself, there you have a possibility of losing control of the character altogether. You realize that?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, before you head out, you guys are going to get your advance. So I'm going to push that advance over here in the party sheet. Have some of you already done that?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
I did not yet.
All
I
right.
didn't push it, but I took mine.
So this is probably a good opportunity to kind of fill the stream in on how you've
Level
been
up.
building this character and what this level up what you're going to do with this level up. So if you guys want to take turns, just kind of telling everybody what's going on. And Jeb, you probably got quite a bit of explaining to do there, Lucy.
Well, for those that didn't catch the last session, Jeb basically got killed and then raised himself from the dead, sort of. But now
He
he's
got better.
undead or harrowed. So that's a whole other situation that Jeb's gotten himself into. However, it does open up access to some really neat edges. One that I took is a cat's eye. Allows me to see in the dark, basically. Yeah, +2 to notice and see in the dark. I would imagine that if light were to be, shined in Jeb's eyes, they'd be reflective like a cat's. And who's vacuuming?
It's Marv. He said did he keep his mic on when he went to the bathroom?
I don't know what going to the bathroom means with the vacuum.
I don't know either, but that's what he said.
I mean, I know what it is. He's using a space toilet, Brad.
No, it could have been the dryer for your hands.
I
people have those
would
in their
imagine
rooms?
he's got one of those in his house.
He's at his office. Doesn't
Oh,
he
is
work
he?
out of his office? Doesn't he stream out of his office?
Oh, I'm not sure. I like the idea that he just has it at his house.
Well, I think his house is his office, or at least some
they
part
live
of
up above his business.
I'm not exactly sure of the setup. I'm not sure if it's like a basement sort of thing or if it's like a 2-story building.
I think it's a commercial.
Oh, it sounded like a vacuum.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it's kind of like a space toilet.
It's a space toilet. That's exactly what it was, a space toilet. No, it's the fart fan in the bathroom.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm used to having push to talk. I can get up and walk away and, you guys can't hear me. But no, not with open mic night going on here.
Well, it's not our fault Discord's being a butt tonight.
Maybe my keyboard. So that's okay, Jeb. We heard from you, Father Miguel. What are you doing with your? Have you built your character, and what are you doing here? What's the direction you're taking?
A bit of many things. For now, I just took marksman because he likes to shoot things from a distance when he's not breaking out the religious powers. So, he's well practiced with his trademark weapon, so he gets a good shot at.
Well, that'll work.
Plus, he had such great success shooting that guy in the leg.
I mean, even priests need to be able to defend themselves, right?
Oh, exactly.
Well, yeah. I mean, priests.
And there could be evil.
Teutoburg Forest. Very good.
Yeah, I was curious what it was too, so I looked it up.
All right, so he's a priest, but he's a priest with a. Wasn't there a Clint Eastwood movie where he was a preacher?
I believe so, but I'm not sure offhand.
Preacher. Come back, preacher.
Where he made him paint the whole town red.
Pale
Rider, yeah.
Pale Rider. Okay.
Yeah. Or remember he had the noose around his neck.
Yeah.
He wore a scarf.
Yep. So, okay, ready. Timmons, what's the direction you're taking, Timmons?
North? Oh, Timmons got notice from his family, or from his business partners. See, he originally was a stagecoach cook, and then he literally fell into this silver mine, and ended up owning his fair share of it. and he eventually got some residual income of about 750 gold per month. Now this is 1870 money. So, but since then he just got noticed in Shanfan Telegraph that the silver mine turned into a gold mine, and he now has a residual income of around 42,000 a month, or $500,000 a year.
That is good for buying us all tacos. Tuesday and Thursday.
Does that even
Now, he
mean
doesn't-
anything to Timmons,
doesn't
though?
share this with his family, with his partners. And the only thing it means to Timmons is he gets to feed his mules good.
Yeah. You probably buy your own ship here before long. Your own transportation in a man.
Yeah, he's just letting it build up in the market.
In the market.
That's what his banker told him.
All right, last
Put
but
it
not
in the
least,
market.
H.G. Willikers, the man, the myth, the legend.
I've built him to be a glass cannon combat monster, so I've just kind of followed along that. And then, given how much kung fu fighting we were doing last week, I upped him to martial master or whatever.
What's that give you?
Martial warrior. So that gives me an additional +1 to my all fighting attacks. So now I get a +2 to all rolls, and then I deal an additional D6 on top of my normal damage, which, because I have chi focus, is a D12 because I use spirit instead of strength.
Right.
So I do a lot of damage when I hit people.
Well, that might be a good thing because
Yeah.
you might be in this heavily Asian area for a while.
And then I built him to use the quickness, and because I get frenzy, next turn I take advanced frenzy, which allows me to take 2 attacks every turn, and at each attack I get to roll 2 attack dice and hit 2 different people. So I effectively get to hit 4 people around without taking any negatives.
Damn. Okay, I just need to know how to build the encounters for you. That's all I need. All I need to know. Those encounters tend to take a while because there's a lot of things in the combat tracker. A lot of times when you're trying to give somebody something challenging.
Yeah, I think the new way to do it, I'm going to do it like I did the ship with all those people on it. I was thinking that I was just going to combine like 3 people's hit points into one guy.
Yeah.
You know, and just
what
call
you
it
do
a group.
Yeah, there's a group at this ballista, a group at this ballista, whatever,
Yeah.
and you attack for the group. So you say there's 5 groups on this ship and each group's got 4 people in it. Well, instead of 20 people attacking, there's 5 attacks, and either they hit or they don't. Well, they also do 5 times the damage. Of course, spread out to people or boats.
Well, no, on the ship one, it took 3 people to shoot or to load it and do all that. So I should have just made that a group of people, because they can only get 1 shot off on the ballista anyways.
Right.
So on hindsight 2020, I should have just left it as a ballista,
Right.
And there's people over there. But so working it like that in the combat tracker, instead of having 20 bad guys, you can make it 5 and just make them tougher,
Right. There's a group on this ballista here. You're going to fire at them. You're going to try to hit them, try to beat them down, whatever. That makes sense. It would go a lot quicker that way.
Yeah, when you're building the encounter. I mean, they could still have the same armor class and the same attack. Instead of doing 1 attack, they attack 3 times.
Right.
And they have just 3 times the amount of hit points, and now that's 3 dudes,
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's take a 10-minute break real quick. Looks like Brad had to step away from the table. We'll do a quick 10-minute break, come back, and then we're going to get on the road here to Gomorrah. See if you guys can't find this old town.
Bob comes in and we leave. See, you clear
Bobby,
the house
don't
out.
go away, Bobby. Don't go away.
Hi, Bobby.
We'll be right back, Bobby.
Damn it,
How are
Bobby.
you, brother? Bobby? What the hell?
You did that one pretty good.
Yes, you do.
Okay. So yeah, I'll get some music queued up here, and oh, what the heck? I hope this doesn't crash me. I accidentally clicked on the Unity launcher. Fuck.
It shouldn't.
Yeah, if I can grab it and shut it down. It's a resource hog though. There we go. Okay. We'll be right back.
Keen to
We're back. I think some of us are anyway.
Hello.
Ahoy, hoy.
Hello. Hello.
I guess I could hit the button too.
Yeah, I was noticing as I was coming back on the table that there was an update to Fantasy Grounds that wasn't there before we started the game. And it turns out that there's a new 5e module, free module that Watsy's doing called Dragon of Icespire Peak for those on the stream.
I believe that's the one that comes from the D&D Essentials box.
Honestly, I'm not sure. That sounds like something from one of the Icewind Dale.
Yeah, isn't that like old school D&D? No.
Because I saw someone posted in a local Facebook group, I think, that mentioned that. I would have to double check. But I thought that was the one, and it's also supposed to be good for beginners, new people, like Lost Minds are.
All right. So, is there
I'm
anything
just
else you
back
got?
on.
Oh, you were off the table?
Yeah, I had some sort of a network adapter issue.
Gotcha. Driver crash, probably.
I don't know. It does
Did
it
you
on
hit
occasion.
the red button again? Listen to Venbaka and don't hit the red button. Although I don't know why you paint it red if I'm not supposed to touch it.
So you can see it, so you don't touch it.
Well, then why do you highlight it bright red so I want to touch it?
Are you saying that if it was dull blue, you'd want to touch it even less?
Exactly. Red is a good color to push. That's just science.
Science, man. Science always so confusing.
Also,
I'm gonna
hey,
make-
I see Drake is there, so Timmons, I had a thing I just saw here. You might look at the speed load edge.
That's for a revolver.
Is it?
It doesn't specify that. It says reload one weapon on his action, ignoring the usual penalty.
Oh, it's a -2.
Well, it does say your pistolero has mastered the fine art of loading his 6-gun.
That's true, but it doesn't say that in the other part, and it also mentions things that take more than a 4 round to reload.
True. That could help if we ever use cannons on the ship again.
Tim is
Yeah.
just gonna hire somebody to reload. He'd be like, "Here, reload this."
Well, then make sure that they have the speed load edge then.
No, they just need 2 different shotguns. They load one, hand him the loaded one. He hands them the unloaded one. They load it during their turn.
This is like old black powder.
So, Timmons made some investments back when he was in Denver before he left, I guess. And all of a sudden, you get notified that some company that your investment guy, he's just an investment guy that you went to.
Stockbroker.
Somebody told me to go see this investment guy and give me some money. And this telegraph you get basically says you got a windfall in some big company in New York City. You don't know, understand any of it, and all of a sudden it's like, here's your first installment, $49,000 or something like that. You're like,
Holy shit.
well, that's cool. So I got that going for me.
All right, Cartman.
All right, I believe that means you are treating us to tacos on Tuesday.
It's
And every other day.
I'm getting the Taco Tuesday stand. It's gonna be our main wagon, our backup wagon, and then our caboose Taco Tuesday stand.
No, you're just going to hire a taco stand / truck to follow us around.
Later, you need to take the sidekick edge and have a taco truck as your sidekick.
Hey, taco truck, man. Beep, beep.
Because hasty roasted uses to make good tacos.
You know what? If Timmons can cook like Drake can, Drake did some cooking for us when we were in Orlando, and by golly, a man can cook. So we
I'm
are.
always in the kitchen.
Is there
Always in the
anything else
kitchen.
you guys want to do while you are in Shanfan before you leave? You do all your shopping, all your stuff.
There is one thing that I need to look at. Aside from buying perfume and cologne, would stuffing potpourri or something of the sort in my pockets
Up your
work?
ass.
No, not up my ass.
Every
just
now and then,
in my
just fart a little potpourri out.
No, that would be potpourri.
What source can we buy from? Player's Guide?
Um,
Probably not. The
there's
Smith and
a
Roberts.
yeah, Smith. Well, you can, but a lot of that stuff's mail order. I'll tell you that you may or may not be able to get it. It's not potpourri.
No, no, that's not the correct spelling for potpourri. But
Something like
no, with the stuffing up my ass and farting, it'd be potpourri.
Potpourri.
No, potpourri. Like you're pooting.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a lefty this time.
One of them was real squeaky.
Yeah. I'm not hearing anything.
I think they were really soft because just as I was closing it to restart it, I could hear it. There we go.
You know what?
Does anyone else smell
That one was
roses?
Here we go.
A little wet.
But would potpourri be a thing?
Good.
Ooh, that one smelled like
That-
another kind of
That
flower.
was
I'm not
a
sure.
shart for sure.
Excuse me there, Jeb. You seem to be dripping rose petals on the ground there out of your pant leg.
How'd those get there?
Are you shoving potpourri? You wouldn't even notice it yet, Jeb. You're not even sure what the hell's going on.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're not. Yeah.
But I do have my wits about me. I have returned to normal.
Yeah. Well, sort of. I mean, you can talk to people, but you're trying to. Everything is it's still very unusual for you. Like it's the middle of the day, but it's almost like somebody's got a really bright blue light turned on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think this is the worst trip I've ever been on, guys.
I do hope you are okay.
All right. Anything else you want to do? You guys ready to head out?
I think so.
Or are you shopping? I'll give you plenty of time to shop if you want to go shopping. You can do it on the way though.
Oh,
Just say you picked it up in town.
One thing
Yeah,
that
I was just picking up a couple of quick things, but
I would like to ask about the bullets that we picked up before. I just basically just gave me a new box of it. Is that acceptable? A box of 50.
Yeah. Yep. We'll say you got plenty of ammo. You just got to remember that you're only going to carry so much at a time because weight is a factor in here.
Bullets don't seem to have a weight.
What? Really? Serious?
Yeah.
Well, you can carry a couple boxes on you at a time. Yeah, you can get some bandoliers. Wear a couple bandoliers.
Well, I'm finding myself not having to reload during encounters.
Well, a rifle's typically got 7 or 8 shots in it, doesn't it?
Well, the rifle I have has 15.
What?
Apparently it
What?
has a yeah. Apparently it has a small clip in it.
It's a
the
Winchester.
Winchester 73.
Yeah, 76.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, and it's fortunate that it happens to use the exact same size ammo as my peacemaker. Almost said pacemaker.
Your pacemaker uses a little electric charge. All right, so you guys are wrapping up your shopping. You got your horses all together, and you're heading, north, northwest, somewhere up through there. And probably a couple days. And you were able to make it out of town because we rolled dice for that already. So, gentlemen, somebody give me a d20. All right, you make it to your first campsite. No issues really. And you break out. Let's see. Let's put some little marker on a map here. All right, tokens. Let's see. Who are we? Where's the posse token at? There they are. The posse. So this line you see here is the Iron Dragon Railroad, owned by Warlord Kang. But there's a trail that runs right out of Shanfan, kind of up along the edge of the maze here, and you guys make it just outside Shanfan here this first night. You get there uneventful. How do you want to set up your? You guys just gonna go to sleep? How you gonna treat yourself when you're out here on the trail traveling, as far as watches go and things like that?
Are we on a path, or is there a road?
Yeah, it's an
or
old
are we on-
overgrown path. Old overgrown. It's not been used, obviously. Well, as a matter of fact, give me a notice roll or survival. You guys do see there's been some traffic on it, but for the most part, it's not been used much. But it looks like somebody pulled a cart down through here a while back.
Well, let's say we pull off a good 10 minutes from the path and find a low valley, low spot, and set up the wagons. It probably takes us if all of us pitch in, it probably takes us a good hour to set everything up.
Okay.
Pull everything out, get all the tents opened.
Very good. I thought at one time I had a campground, a camp. No, railside camp. Oh, I do. Look at that.
Should definitely have some sort of watch order because, again, angry Chinese men are trying to kill us.
Yeah, you guys, I don't know. Nobody seemed to be looking at your tail, as you left the town. You just headed out of town. Doesn't appear to be anybody after you, however. So, first night you guys make up camp. There's no way, yeah, there is. Order, okay, H.G. Willikers, 0 watches. He has not taken a watch. I've got Timmons 1, Jeb Hexman 2, and Father Miguel 3.
I'm sorry, what was that? I was reading.
Timmons gets first watch, Jeb gets the second watch, and Father
Oh,
Miguel gets third watch. That's what's in the party sheet right now. So we've set this up one time.
Yes.
I believe as Harrowed, I don't need to sleep.
Well, we're about to find
But
that
do you
out.
know that?
We're about to find that out.
I think last time we had Little Beaver here on a 4th one, but we don't have him anymore.
Right.
Yeah, the Harrowed Edge just mentions the Dominion thing. Give me a little bit.
Well, 2.5 hour watches a piece. That gives you guys 7.5 hours time. Kind of downtime.
So I can take the fourth one if you want.
What did you do
My
with?
notice is not a great ability.
Yeah. Well, hell, you're usually too drunk to keep an eye on anything by then. The old drunk Chinese guy, Timmons. What'd you do with him?
Left him on the couch at the Jade.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, we took him to the Sunrise. That's right.
Yeah.
Remember, I got a rickshaw.
He's probably on the couch in the sunrise then.
Okay, so he's not with
Yeah,
you.
got him
Alright.
some attention maybe if he needed it. If not, gave him a
I'll
Taco
put
Tuesday coupon and sent him on his way. Because I don't speak Chinese and he don't speak English, so
thought that was interesting.
Yeah, with you, it's just a constant ache, like your ribs are broken right in the middle, like somebody punched you right in the sternum, which is what happened.
Yeah, I can probably feel some bones moving around and whatnot, but not like it hurts from what I'm understanding.
Right. Well, hell, no, it's just always, yeah. It's not like it's just there. It's a constant reminder.
Is there like an indent on your chest?
Matter of fact, you might be thinking it's strange about now that you remember when that crushing blow, when the palm of his hand connected with your chest right there, you remember that moment, and it hurt like hell. But now, just kind of, you're not sure.
Here's something else that I found. Seafood drink.
Every now and then you get a little bit of that too in your head.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Let's see. Food and drink. Harrowed need meat to patch themselves up, but it can be fresh or rotten.
Mm-hmm.
Each time a Harrowed makes a healing roll, consumes a pound of flesh. The character has to eat the meat, but it doesn't have to be cooked. Undead don't need water, and you don't get drunk either, which helps with the whole pickling, which basically drink a quart of liquor and it covers up the smell of rot.
Well, it slows
Or
down
as we call it, 1/10 of an HG.
Yeah, all of a sudden you find yourself, well, you don't know yet, because think about it, Vino. All this shit happened 6, 7 hours ago.
Right.
Well, now it's been longer than that, but it
Yeah.
happened this morning. So,
Yeah, but I'm just kind of seeing what all it kind of entails.
So as you know that you've got the second watch, and as the night goes on and Timmons is sitting up watching, you can hear him kind of off whistling softly to himself. Not really a tune of any kind, but I don't know. Timmons may be able to whistle like a bird. I don't know. But you can't seem to get to sleep, and you're thinking, damn, if I don't get any sleep, I'm not gonna get a full night's rest here.
Oh. Okay, this is good to know. I get a +2 to fear test.
That's right. So we're about to discover all that, or we may in this little venture here. Okay, so I need a D20 from Timmons. All right. So Timmons, your shift comes and goes. 2.5 hours go by. You go over to wake up Jeb, and Jeb's kind of sitting there looking at you.
you all right, Tip?
All right, there is something about sleep.
You need, I think.
Need sleep, but the Manitou needs 1d6 hours of rest every 24 hours to recharge.
Right.
And I can't just drink coffee to stay awake. When it's time to sleep, the Manitou simply shuts down. You can try to resist, but must make a spirit roll every hour or kill over on the spot.
Basically,
This roll is harder.
your harrowed powers, as you're
Yeah, it
using
comes
these
from the
up.
Manitou.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And he may crash on you. Okay. So your shift comes along. I need a D20 from you. All right. Your shift comes and goes. And you're still not tired. You know, you go wake up Father Miguel.
Are you feeling all right there, Jeb? Did the dysentery hit you?
You can let him sleep.
I think I'll just kind of let him sleep since the Manitou hasn't, needed sleep or something.
Well, the Manitou hasn't really exerted itself. You know, it hasn't done anything.
Right.
It's kind of sitting in a quiet corner, getting a deeper and deeper grip on your mind. And, you know, every now and then you kind of get a little, you hear it way off in the distance.
Jeb tries to ignore it.
Oh, no, we can't have forest at night, that's for sure. Oh, no. I can't take that. So, yeah, anyway. So you leave him sleep then. You set up. Give me another D20 then. All right, the night passes. And you guys travel the next day. So I need a D20 from somebody for the morning.
Oh, Jeb, are you all right? You did not wake me up last night. Were you awake with the dysentery?
No, I was just wide awake. Strange sounds in the night. But otherwise, I didn't hear
It
any.
would be strange sounds if you had the dysentery.
No, different kind of strange sounds.
All right, so you guys are kind of following this rail line. Every now and then you see a train goes past you, you know. You can hear it, and every now and then you can see the tracks up there in the distance. Then the trail breaks off and it starts moving more this direction, if you're looking at the big map. And eventually you do come to a railroad track that looks like it hasn't been used in a long time. Probably 4 or 5 years. HG, you'd be able to look at it and go, yeah, man, these tracks ain't been used in, you know, over 3 years anyway. Everything all grown up. And this road, this trail kind of follows along the side of it. Every now and then it ventures off away from it a little bit. And I need another D20. It's now evening. Oh. Yes. Okay, it is evening.
I don't like that sound.
Okay, so you guys been traveling along this overgrown trail, and you come upon a body.
Oh no, what is that?
Yo, whoa, Muse, whoa, Muse, whoa, Muse. Hey, boys, there's something up there in the road. I think it's a body.
Oh, that is not good. Let us take a look. Make sure it is not an injured individual.
Yeah, that's pretty much a body. Probably about
So we're gonna.
2-3 days dead.
Yeah, Timmons is locking the mules up, you know, and getting off the wagon, walking up with Father Miguel. 2-3 dead? 2-3 days he's been dead? What thing killed him?
I don't know. Anything? Let's take a look. Is there any sort of obvious signs of death?
I'm gonna look at it around the area for tracks too.
So, Father Miguel, you're doing what?
I want to see if there's any like obvious visual signs of what killed him. Like, was he mauled by a bear?
You see wounds. You want to inspect those wounds closer?
Yes.
Give me a survival or a medical check, something like that. Medicine or whatever. Whatever you got. What do you give me? Survival 5, no problem. You see claw marks of some kind, scratches, deep scratches, and what looks like bites, and not just bites, but there's like chunks of flesh missing.
Like animal bites?
Yeah, like something is.
Like something common? Like is it like wait, what do they have in California?
Well,
Mountain lions?
with that roll, you were able to recognize bites.
Okay.
If anybody wants to try to roll that with a raise, survival or medicine or some skill that.
Well, Timmons, it looks like something had tried to eat this poor individual.
Not quite. You don't know.
It's too rocky here. I can't find no tracks.
We
Marks
should
are
keep an
sharp.
eye out just in case. Because if something has eaten this thing, it might still be around. It might still be hungry.
What's in his pockets? Maybe he's got something we can send to his family.
Well, that is a good idea.
So
Oh,
The poor fella.
you get to looking around. Underneath him, he's got looks like a pick, like a pickaxe. And by looking at his clothes, Timmons, not hard to tell. I mean, he's got a possibles bag on his side that, this guy looks like a miner. You can look at his boots and see mud and stuff caked in around the seams. And this guy's been working in a mine. Uh, Dirt on his face, the grime under his fingernails. You've seen this before.
Does it look like there's a mine around? See any offshoot rail tracks that
No.
might run out to a mine? We haven't seen one yet.
Not that you can see here.
So Timmons wants to pull him off out of the path here and then give him a short grave.
All right, you're gonna dig him a little shallow grave.
Yeah, he's got a couple
give him a little
shovels on
funeral.
the wagon.
Well, the
He lies.
guy's got a pretty good pickaxe underneath him there.
Yeah, he lies. Sir Claude to death.
And on the pickaxe,
Claw, that is a good name.
on a pickaxe, you can see like some meaty flesh, like maybe before he went
It
down.
looks like he got a hold of it.
Yeah, he might have got a hold of something before he went down. So you dig him a grave. You bury the grave. Father, you gonna do any last rites?
Yeah, he'll say some words, do some blessings.
Say some words and do some blessings. And you guys figure, well, you might be able to travel another 30 minutes before you need to start setting up camp by the time you're done. And so you guys move on a little bit, but you're not far up the trail, and you come upon a couple other bodies.
With more
condition.
bodies.
Timmons like, these fellas ain't getting bagged. Sigh. We did a good deed.
Now these two, they same condition, Timmons. They look like miners to you. No tools, but their clothes have been ripped apart, and one of them's arm is completely gone, ripped off the body.
Well, that looks like it was a big animal.
And there's several chunks bitten out of them. Oh, about that big around, about the size of a baseball, maybe.
Do
Big
they have
bite mark.
bears they have bears in California, right?
Oh yeah.
Maybe it is a bear that ate this man and that other man.
Give me
And the third man.
give me your survival rolls again, because you got two of them here to look at.
You think
Oh,
his buddy to
oh,
run while the bear was eating him.
Well, maybe there was two bears.
Bears typically haul off their victim. They don't just leave them laying.
It could have been a man bear and a woman bear, and they were married. A whole bear family.
Timmons, you're walking around kind of talking to these guys. No, could have been this, could have been that. But you're looking at the tracks, and you go over and you look at the bodies, and you're like, well, those look like barefoot humans with like really elongated feet, and long. It looks like a human's footprint, but elongated, and the nails have not been trimmed. You can see nail marks in the mud around here, and you get to looking at the bites, and you're like, almost human. Could be, but too big. I don't know. Too sharp. Almost looks like, but definitely looks like human-like footprints in the mud.
What about that devil thing that we fought? Is it similar?
Do I know anything about it? I rolled a colt.
You might have read a story. Timmons points this out. You might have read a story.
I regale everyone with the story.
Something unnatural. Let me see here.
What manner of unnatural there, Jeb?
So the bodies haven't been shot or stabbed, attacked by something with claws. Several bite and gnaw marks are on the face and arms where chunks of flesh have been ripped away.
Yep, werewolves. I'm suspecting werewolves.
Possibly. Definitely some kind of a monstrosity. Monstrosity human.
Probably, or possibly a shapeshifter.
Yeah, if you would have
Were
been
they-
from California, I would have probably given you more information than that.
Do they teach it in the Dead Mammoth? Because they do a good job.
Well,
Can we
Miguel's
tell where
been
these
here
miners
in
came
California
from? I
for
mean,
a while.
Well, you can
Um,
start tracking them. And Father Miguel, you've been in California for a while.
Could I do a common knowledge to see if like I had heard any stories of what this might be?
Well, now that these guys are kind of talking about it, looks like kind of human, like a werewolf or something, because you guys have read your dime store novels, and werewolves and this and that, and give me a common knowledge roll, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a penalty. Just roll it. Okay. So there's a story that comes out of Northern California and Oregon where the winters can get really bad. And people have been known to partake of the flesh of other people.
Ooh, I hope there's not any sort of cannibalism. Oh wait, I have a thinking.
ain't got no camels up this way.
But there's
Yeah, cannibal. No, not a camel, a cannibal. You see, I have a worrisome. There are these sorcerers who are in league with the devil over on that manor mentioned. We'll go into a city named Gomorrah. All around, it sounds like there are evil cannibals in league with the devil. Definitely that.
Maybe it's Wednesday. The hump day.
There are no camels in this location, Timmons.
give me a notice roll.
Everybody?
I have a
Everybody.
bad feeling about this for some reason.
Even H.G. Willikers.
Hey, Marv, will you roll that for me if you could?
Yeah. Let's see here. Timmons needs a notice roll.
Are you AFK?
The fives.
Yeah, you don't notice anything, Timmons. But it makes perfect sense, Jeb.
Timmons is thinking about camels.
Between the faint whispers that you keep hearing, and you turn, nobody's there, and then you hear these chuckles, these laughs, every now and then. But you are not mistaken when you hear some kind of a howl, awful howl, animalistic howl, off in the forest. And you start looking around, and these guys are over here all kind of talking. They don't really notice it. And then you hear the howl again, and it's coming from a different direction, like a different side of the trail. And the sun is starting to go down.
Oh, this isn't good. This isn't good. We're being surrounded, guys.
Yeah, the scary music sound effect doesn't help calm
You guys
me either.
triggered that.
Fires.
Wind. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's fine. Let it play.
Oh,
Let it play.
I
cool.
thought you were like,
Well,
I will
that was
give you evil
perfect.
scary
So-
sounds.
So Timmons is going to pull the wagons off to the side and get them jackknifed in a V, and then unhitch the mules and get the mules up inside the V,
Okay.
so they're kind of protected.
Right.
Yeah, let us put the horses there too to make sure they are safe.
Jeb, you've heard this.
Yeah.
You shared this with anybody else yet?
I've heard what exactly?
Like an animalistic howl, a wailing. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
really a howl, but a wail.
Yeah, I would have pointed it out.
And you guys don't hear anything at first. But then, let's see, who was next? HG, you and Father Miguel look at each other at the same time when you hear the second one come from the other side of the trail. Jeb, you swing your head around in the other direction. Now you guys are looking off this way. And that sounded pretty close. So Timmons
I'm gonna
starts
pull out my gun.
unhitching mules. And, I'm going to have to get some tokens for wagons. I don't think I've got them. No. Oh, yeah, I got size carriages to work.
Timmons was just very fancy with what he bought.
By the way, Marv, if you need some sort of non-visual notice from me, you'll have to let me know so I can adjust the bonus from it. There's no way for Fantasy Grounds to discern between a visual and non-visual notice roll.
What are you talking about?
Cat's Eye gives me a +2 to my visual notice,
Right.
You know what you can do?
as well as add
Well,
another
then
notice.
I'll have to remember for you guys to give me an audio or visual notice roll.
Jeb, you can just make two notice skills, one labeled like visual and one not visual, when he tells you.
I think I can try that.
Yeah, I know you can because that's what I have on the other one where I'm hard of hearing, but you still need to know what kind of notice you're noticing.
The general gist, anyways. The mules are.
Here's the bodies up in this area where you find the bodies. There's a log across here anyway, so you're gonna have to do something about that log. Probably unhitch the mules, get them to move that log at some point.
And there's howling from both directions.
Well, you didn't hear anything. Jeb, you first heard something off to the southwest. And then you guys all heard like something answer off in this direction.
Campfire.
Okay, that should do it. There we go.
I don't think we have time to gather wood at this point.
I am
So-
not feeling very confident with the sounders.
All right, I'm hearing what off in what direction?
You heard a very distant wailing sound, a howl, off to the southwest. And you turn around and you say, hey. And about that time you see HG and Father Miguel both swing their heads towards the northeast,
Okay.
towards that direction. Okay? And
need to
you,
find
at the same time, you
someplace
hear something
to go.
howl over there and answer.
Yeah, we're being surrounded. We probably need to take up some sort of cover if we can.
It sounded like it was coming from the wooded area or up on these hills.
I'm gonna use Gadgeteer. Oh, sorry. And to cast light on 3, I can use up to 3 power points for it. So I'm
What
gonna have
time of
3
day
lights.
is it?
He said it was just starting to get dark.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, that doesn't affect me.
That don't confront me as long as I get my money next Friday.
I love that song.
I'd say it would have been a -2, I forgot, but it still passed.
Okay, what's that? What are you doing there?
It gives me, I just picked like 3 random rocks, or in reality with him, he probably mixes something up. He has 3 little glowing bottles that we can use as lights.
All right, and you just kind of toss them around.
Yeah, I'm assuming we got the lanterns on the coaches itself, so I'm just going to toss them up into the woods here.
Okay. Well, it's not quite dark yet. You probably could travel another half an hour, maybe an hour before you had to set up camp. But
Oh, okay.
you could. I mean, you're gonna have to move this tree anyway.
We have to be very careful here.
Jeb's kind of taking up cover behind this rock here.
Emmons gets up on top of the wagon, kind of squinches down a little.
Well, we could
Got his
just
shotgun
go
out.
up the tree and scare away whatever it is at the same time.
I think the miners try to do the same. I think the miners try to do the same thing, but they just can't see it.
Well, that is a good idea. Ichi, can you explode that log up there?
Oh, I'm sure we can.
It definitely does look like it's blocking path, doesn't it?
Miguel's gonna go take cover behind the wagon just in case. Right now, he's worried about what HG might do.
I'll go grab, 4 sticks of dynamite from my pack. Get them all wired together.
Okay. All right, everybody, give me a spirit roll.
Is this a fear?
This is a fear roll. You don't have to give it to me.
Oh, I don't? I mean, I still can get feared. I just have a bonus to it.
Is it? I thought you were immune to it.
No, I get a +2 to fear.
Okay, then give it to me. All right, HG, you're feeling uneasy. You're feeling really uneasy. You guys are all feeling pretty uneasy.
I have a bad feeling about this.
So 15 minutes goes, 20 minutes goes,
Okay.
the sun's fading. You don't hear
Oh
anything
no,
yet.
no, waiting on him to blast the
Yeah.
log.
Yeah,
4 sticks of dynamite right underneath the log there.
All right,
that might be a little overkill, but whatever.
so you go up here and you
Pure dynamite.
put a bunch of dynamite around these logs. And Tim,
Better than up Jeb's ass.
are you still unhitching the mules?
Yeah, we should probably move them back a little bit farther.
I
mean,
well,
in
if we're gonna blow
reality,
the
technically
log,
no,
then Timmons
but-
is like, we're getting out of here, or we right here?
I'd say you guys probably need to move. You need to move like off this map if you're gonna try to blow that log up with dynamite. I should have fucking known.
Can we take cover behind the rocks?
And so,
Maybe
yeah,
pull
it's
the
pulling
wagons back?
big-
Well,
know we
Timmons
really got
probably
worried
has
about
the
his
mules already
shrapnel
unhitched, so
from-
he'll just pull the mules down the road a little.
Yeah, so he just moves the mules and stuff back up the road. HG gets it all rigged up. We're going to say it goes off without a hitch. You know, you guys are safe enough. HG blows the shit out of this log with some dynamite. There's a huge explosion.
Well, if they didn't know we were here before, they definitely know we're here now.
Yeah.
Is there a crater that we're gonna have to deal with now?
Well, I say we hitch him up and keep moving.
That's a good question.
Actually, more like that.
Yeah, that was more fiery. Okay. Alright, so you get the wagons hitched up. And it's just about dark now. By the time you got all this done, it's just about dark. You would have known not to hitch the mules back to the wagons. You just weren't going to have time to get it going. Unless you're going to try to travel at night.
Well, perhaps we should take a defensible position here and travel on in the morning.
Let's get set up like we were.
Yeah, we can use that cliff as a cover, put the wagons on either side. That way there's only one venue in or out.
So you're going to put the mules kind of back in that.
Oops, kind of like this. And we could put the horses and mules in here.
Okay. That works. Log's gone. Yeah, the road's a little tore up.
Gather up chunks of wood and laying all over the place for firewood.
Yeah, we go pick up a bunch of firewood and we start a fire.
There's probably some pieces that are still lit.
Yeah, I think he already provided us with lit kindling.
I think a fire out here would probably be a good spot.
We could perhaps build a second fire out on the road in case they are trying to ambush us. Then they will go to that fire instead. Did you hear that?
That's kind of like a train with laryngitis.
Protect us, Lord!
Did that just say, did that scream seem to say, help me?
Well, I don't know, did it? Do you need assistance there, whoever you are?
Do you need assistance out there? You guys hear that? Do you need assistance? I need a spirit roll from all of them.
Another fear.
Yep.
Can we just say we're creeped out? I mean... Yep.
HG, you failed twice now. Father Miguel, you survived.
And I have a D12 spirit.
Do you really?
HG, are you alright over there? You look a bit shaken up.
Same thing last time. I just can't seem to roll.
Then why is it showing us 6?
Because he rolled a 1 on his D12. That's what trait roll natural 1 was.
Is it you guys gonna try to get any sleep?
Apparently
Is it Timmons'
not.
watch?
Well, it's back to you set up camps, first watch.
Is Timmons on first watch? Or did she? No, he's on last watch. Timmons is asleep.
Does that mean that the Manitou needs 10 hours of sleep?
He hasn't really exerted himself yet.
Okay.
So, you know, that's the way I read that, the way I see it is when you pull on the powers of the Manitou, then you're draining it, and that's when you'll start needing some sleep. So, but you could always go close your eyes and try to rest. You know, it doesn't mean you're actually sleeping.
True.
But you don't suffer a penalty from it anyway. It's kind of a perk to the group to actually have you along.
Indeed.
Now, as you guys are kind of making your way around the camp, I want each of you to give me a notice roll. You're getting ready to bed down. Timmons is gonna. Where are you gonna go sit at here on your watch? On top of the wagon?
It's not Timmons's watch, is it?
I thought Timmons was up first.
Did I look at that wrong? Oh, order. It says, oh, it is. Timmons is going to sit on top of the wagon. Or... Oh, notice.
Father Miguel notices that he's tired.
And starts writing in his journal.
I can't. Yeah. So HG, you guys are starting to bed down. You're having yourself a little nip. And it smells like maybe the food in the wagons is starting to rot.
Yay, the wind finally died.
Yeah. Jeb, as you're laying there. Did you hear that, HG?
Yeah,
Alright.
I've already been picking Deb about it.
You've what?
Oh, in the chat, I've already been picking on them.
Oh, okay. You got it. I didn't even see the chat. Yep. So you guys are starting to realize that Jeb is getting kind of ripe. There's some kind of stink coming from him. Jeb, you ain't been able to sleep now. You're going on 36 hours without sleep,
Something like that.
and off in the distance, you guys hear.
I do not like the sound of that.
And it sounds much closer, too.
Yeah, that sounded pretty close. As the sun starts to fade, you notice that the woods here are getting really dark.
Well, we get some lanterns and light them.
I think HG did that earlier. He's got some rocks or something he's thrown out there.
I think he said
Oh, we have the
bottle.
lanterns from
that
there. Yeah, we have them
we
on
got
the-
lanterns that lamp the camp and the wagons.
Right. So you've got light, out. Inside that area there. You heard this come from the north.
I'm going to go out, have a look.
Be careful there, Jeb.
Pulls out his rifle as he's coming around the corner of back of the wagon. Looks around.
I will give you cover here from the safety of camp.
Then after a moment, I'll walk a little bit out into the open, look around.
Right? You're looking out there, kind of looking around. Still, it's like you're starting to realize that, man, whatever it is, have I eaten something? Something's going on. You can see, and it's dark now. These guys are lighting the lanterns and stuff. Your vision has changed. Something's happened to you. You're not sure. But you look, and yeah, every now and then you can see some movement off in the brush. Something close. Something this way catches your eye. And then you hear a noise this direction. rustling in the leaves.
Jeb will pull up his rifle, like he's aiming sort of thing, and turns to the closer sound and yells out, "Who's there?"
Do you see something there, Jeb?
Some sort of rustling over there in the grass.
This isn't. I think I just did a real life fear roll.
It's a shame there's not somebody here that could give Marv another fear roll of our own.
Oh yeah, yeah. You guys and your funny. Yeah, you're funny. That fear roll. I love it though. I love it.
I know. Jeb will walk a little bit closer. And of course, it's either dim light or dark over where I am at, right?
You mean from the lanterns and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting dim out there. It would be dark for anybody else beyond where you're at. Give me a notice
Walk a
roll.
little bit further. I hear giggling. Giggling's never good.
Yeah. All right, Jeb. You can see something staring at you through the brush.
Come out now or I'll shoot.
And it disappears. You hear the brush
No.
rustling.
Well, if it didn't come out, I'm going to attempt to take a shot at it.
Okay. Where are you shooting at?
Where its last location that I saw it.
You missed it. You don't know. You don't know if you missed it or hit it.
Well, out of character, do I know if I missed or hit it for damage purposes?
Out of character, you missed it.
Okay.
And you hear the noise, and you see, walking out into the trail to the north of you, a very large, 7-foot-tall humanoid that I'll give you some artwork from Tiffany Turtle on DeviantArt, I think it was.
Wow, that is creepy as fuck.
Jeff, do you see something?
Those are ears.
Yeah, there's just, for lack of a better term, it looks like a hag.
And it's looking at you. And then you hear another one off in that direction answer it. And then you hear another one off in this direction. You guys can all hear this. And you know Jeb's over here at the edge of the light.
Jeb's gonna start backing up slowly. It's like, guys, they're really close, and one of them is really ugly looking. Seem to have ears around its neck, like as a necklace.
That doesn't seem like a good thing.
Does this thing seem to be approaching me as I'm backing up?
Did you try to say hello just in case?
Action cards
I
have been
did.
dealt.
I was right with it being a Wendigo.
Man, I'm getting my allergies are driving me nuts.
So what it is he's allergic to not trying to kill us. So this should at least make him feel better.
It's like a shot of Benadryl. Yep. So you can see this thing in front of you, and you can hear other stuff off in the brush. And
Wow.
Jeb Hexman, you're up first.
Well, since I'm pretty sure that these. By the way, did you want to move or do his movement? The Wendigos. I noticed that you
No.
had two.
No, I locked it. Don't worry about it.
I was just curious. All right. Well, since I do know that these are some sort of supernatural creature, where they go there. Basically, I am going to cast. I'm going to cast Bolt with extra damage and 3 bolts, so that's 6.
You're gonna do what now?
I'm casting Bolt. I
Okay.
put my rifle down.
Casting bolt. Okay.
3 glowing cards appear in my hand. They seem to be glowing a little bit brighter than normal because of the extra damage. So here, roll 1, 2.
Trait roll was a natural 1.
Oh no!
Yeah, something happens with the demon you're
First
wrestling with. Yeah, first one.
He gets off actually fairly decently.
Well, there is a backfire table for hucksters and their spells, and natural trait roll of 1 is.
I looked them all up last week. It does something to you, but yours isn't nearly as bad as like mine or the priest's.
Yeah, if a huckster opts for the standard method of spell casting, he makes his spell casting roll as usual. If the spell slinger rolls a 1 on his spell casting die, regardless of the results of his wild die, he suffers backlash and is shaken.
Oh. Oh, Jib, did you see that?
No, that sucks.
Oh.
So I'm guessing those other 2 rolls didn't actually go off.
No, you pull these cards out and you throw the first one and you see a flash of this demon in your vision. Did you ever watch Natural Born Killers?
I don't think so.
Oh, dude, you gotta watch that at least one time. When Mickey Knox is tripping on the mushrooms and he keeps seeing himself as a devil, and you see yourself when you get these like demonic protrusions from your skull kind of sticking out, and everything just fries for a second. Manitou fries part of the huckster's mind. Spellslinger's spellcasting die drops 1 level permanently.
So it was a D8, so now it's a D6.
It's a
So
D6,
that really
but
sucks.
that doesn't mean that it was just a shock to you. You still got these other 2 cards in your hand. You want to try to play them? The second one you did.
Because of the backfire, it says I'm shaken.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
you're
I
shaken,
think that pretty much
that
stops me from. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, wait a second though. You can use a chip at any time to remove shaken. At any time.
I try not to use it for shaken.
Okay.
To be perfectly honest.
Gotcha. All right, HG. You're not sure what you just saw. You saw a flash of light over in front of Jeb Hexman.
Yeah, I was probably it went off prematurely in my hand, damaged or dispelled the other 2 cards, and
I love the quickness sound.
no, I think that was the fear that was popping up. Maybe not.
I'll move up to there. Do I see the thing?
You move up to there. Give me a notice roll. No penalties.
Okay.
Actually, no. Let me do this. Because it should calculate automatically.
I still have dark sight. I was trying to get your attention to remove it earlier.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But
If you've
I
got-
don't have it. It's just on me on the action. I can't remove it. The action trigger.
Oh, you still okay? I see. That's from yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or this morning. No, yeah, yesterday morning. Okay, so no, you can see something in the murky shadows up the trail from you, and you can see. You know what it's like? Something in the darkness. You can see a figure there moving, but you can't really make out what it is.
A silhouette.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to drop a
60
large
feet away from
radius
you?
explosion right on top of it.
Okay.
No.
Is it? You're not really sure. Is it 60 feet from you? Is it 80 feet from you?
If Jeb wasn't shaking, I might be able to give him at least somewhat of a distance.
But I have a general idea. So if I were to just plant it like around there, I'm probably going to hit the thing.
Yeah, probably.
I'll
I mean,
just jump
yeah,
off
you
of
see it
the-
somewhere
It is the
out
edge
there.
where you can see. That targeting, I mean, is the edge where you can see.
Yeah, I don't actually have to target it to cast a spell. I just have to, I'm just gonna
Successfully cast it.
see its area.
Right.
Yeah, I
Take
just
out
gotta
that shrubbery over there.
Neat.
Nee. Here are the knights that say nee.
Bring us a shrubbery.
And
A shrubbery.
you have to cut it down with a herring.
But not just any herring. A western herring.
Oh. Okay, so that's Jeb Hexman. That's Jeb Hexman. That's Jeb Hexman. That's H.G. Willikers. And you know what? The Wendigo's going to try to soak. And he critically fails it.
Ooh. Wow.
Which I don't think.
Brain
that really works.
aneurysm. It's all like, and then he just has a
I
stroke.
feel that should be some sort of injury table roll. Not necessarily incapacitation.
Oh, wait a minute.
But
He was trying to soak a wound. He was just shaking. Hang on a second. What happened? I applied it.
oh, he was just shaking. Okay.
Yeah, he was just
Never
shaking.
mind.
So
No,
when
I
I
don't
dropped the
think that-
chip, the
Yeah.
chip, it took shaking off. Okay. All right, Timmons.
Did I see him light up out there?
Give me a notice roll with +2.
+2, notice
Sure.
6.
Sure. You saw it for a split second, and then as the fire goes out, you think you can bring a gun up, your double barrel on it if you want.
No, I'm gonna use my my Winchester.
Okay, Winchester. Like, I got you, you bastard.
Do I have any negatives?
Probably in the darkness out there because it disappeared. Yeah. I think if I apply darkness, is there a different effect for dim?
Yes, it's instead of a -4 for darkness, it's a -2 for dim.
Okay.
But that's to your notice roll, isn't it?
If it was completely dark out here,
Oh, it does. A dim is
There you go.
attack. Notice.
There you
so
go.
I'm not sure if it automatically applies
Well,
or
let's see.
applies something negative to attack rolls or anything.
We're about to find out because I've got the global effect on. It's dim.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna shoot at that guy with my. Damn it!
Yep, dim -2.
Apparently it does.
That's beautiful, man. I love it.
Makes me curious.
That one would be missing.
This is just a test, Marb.
Ignore
Okay,
it.
cool.
Were you shooting
Take
at
that
anything?
hit off
No?
of him.
No, it was just a test.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Peacemaker was just a test.
All right.
That giggling is really creeping me out.
That'll creep you out.
That not so much. It's the malevolent giggling that just really gets to me.
The combination of the two next to each other.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The wailing is rather off-putting.
You guys all give me a notice roll. And this is not a visual notice roll. It's audio notice roll. Shit, Jeb, no problem. You hear it right beside you. HG, you hear nothing. You still got ringing in your ears from the explosion. Jeb, you hear something rustling in the...
Do we get -2 for it being dim still?
No, you wouldn't, because it's a hearing, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's here now. Yeah.
Auditory.
Huh, that's weird. Oh yeah, notice, I get it. No, so that would, you would have had a 4. HG would have had a 2 minus 3. No, a 2. He still would have had a 1. He still would have had a 1 because his notice. Excuse me, his notice is.
Timmons would have had a 2.
Timmons would have had a 2. Anyway, so Father Miguel and Jeb, you both turn about the same time and look off this direction as you can make it to, let's see, what is his pace? 8, 12, but that's total. All right. You see this guy emerge from the brush, moving your direction, but he can't quite get there. And you guys also hear a howl come from the top of the bluff over the camp. And who the hell is that? You are here.
That's our fire.
That's your fire.
Campfire, yeah.
Beautiful, because right above the fire, you see another one looking off about 12, 15 feet above you on this ledge. And it starts howling at you from up here.
I'm not sure if I'd consider that a howl.
Yeah, it's more of a wailing.
And it lands on the ground. And I'm going to give it a movement to there. With the jump, he's not going to get a pace roll. Shake and remove. This thing staggers and it comes full into the light.
That's the one that I shot, I think.
It comes running right at you, Jeb. He's got a movement of 8, so he does not have to take does not have to use a pace roll to get there. And see, what does he do?
He gives Jeb a friendly handshake.
All right. So the first thing is everybody who can now see him, which is all of you. I need a fear roll. Well, as a matter of fact, you can see 3 of them around you. So just give me a fear.
A fear roll?
Spirit.
I mean, spirit. Yeah.
Can I get
Damn
some
it.
back for getting a raise?
Uh-oh.
Do what?
Oh, I thought that was my double one.
Yeah,
Can I get some
HG.
back for getting a 19 finally?
You know what? I'll let you shake that off for that fucking 19 you got.
What's up, Relvis?
What's going on? What's going on,
I
really?
got a D12. I failed like 9 spirit rolls in the last 2 sessions.
Yeah, you know what? So I will.
So Marv, if this
Yep.
guy just ran out in front of me with that roll, did I just beat myself?
You did. That's a critical failure. And Father
Oh,
Miguel.
something happens. Yeah, it's bad.
At the very least, he's distracted and vulnerable.
Oh, there's a table.
Yeah, I know. Well, like I said, at the very least, he's distracted and vulnerable.
Before this kicks in, can I use a card?
What is it?
It's savage to give myself the brave edge.
It wouldn't have mattered. You crit failed.
You crit failed.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it affects the table too.
Oh, that's right.
Yep, but I'm gonna do this first, okay? First of all, give me a pace roll.
Well, hold on. If he's taking the brave edge, it will affect the fear table.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just
Okay.
he rolls a d20 and add the creature's fear penalty as a positive number to the roll.
As a positive, he rolls a what now?
The creature should have a fear penalty itself.
No,
Yeah,
because
fear
it's
level.
fearless.
No, like it causes a fear level.
Yes,
usually.
fear level of -1.
All right, yeah, so he adds 1 to the roll.
Okay, so
And
that's
then he just rolls a d20
So
on the
it'd
fear
be-
table.
Can I do the adventure card thing though? Before we figure that?
Yeah, that's while we're talking about it.
Yeah, but he's
So, like-
talking about the creature's effect before we calculate my effect.
But you can't.
But you're wanting to
stop a
play the
crit
card
fail.
now. I know, but he's wanting to.
But this is
Possibly
just all
affected
for the
table.
result.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, he's basically wanting the brave to add the penalty.
It says it
To the fear
subtracts
table.
2 from the fear table result.
Okay, subtract 2
Yeah,
from the
So
fear
it's
table
a
result.
15
So it's
instead
a
of a
15
1.
instead, and a 15
Except then there's
is
+1 from the enemy.
Yeah, so it'd be a -1, so you give us 16.
okay. So
Panic.
Is
what,
Grit
a
involved in
16?
this at all?
Wait, is it? Hold on. We're getting two conflicting rules on it.
No, there's 2 different results. There's just 2 modifiers. The Wendigo adds +1, and Brave subtracts 2.
Yeah, that's a -1 total, so his
Okay.
17 would be a 16.
Oh,
Is
okay.
16,
But
okay.
either way, it would still be panicked. The character immediately moves his full pace,
Right.
plus running away from the danger, and is shaken.
That's right.
Okay.
So Father Miguel is shaken.
I
He
would
has
think
to
that he would do that on
move
his turn.
He has to move his full pace immediately, plus his running die. So you total of 8, and you have to move away from these 3. So that would be, I guess,
North
that direction.
All right, do I do that right now before
yes,
my turn?
immediately.
That's actually not too bad. Like, you don't end up with a hindrance or anything.
Ah!
Okay. Trying to do a little Windows management here. It's getting out of control. And for whatever reason, the dice tower is not working anymore for my rolls. I've got to roll everything.
I
again.
believe it doesn't if you have it on. It depends what you're with the show GM roll option. What you have on there affects whether or not you can use the dice tower.
Show effect. No.
Is there something like show all roll or something like that?
This is completely different in 5e.
I know. I'm talking
I'm
Savage
not worried.
Worlds.
I'm not worried about it now. We'll figure that out. It's something else to look at here at the end of the session.
We can sort that out later.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Father Miguel, you took off. Now you're up here. You're shaken. You can spend a chip at any time to remove shaken.
Yeah, but I'm
Or you can try to roll.
okay for now.
You're okay for now. Okay.
I'm
So-
up next, so
This Wendigo runs forward, and when they come out, you guys made your fear rolls. Who else got fear on that? He had the crit fail. Pass. Timmons. Timmons has got 1 level of fear. So, Timmons, you're not liking this situation too much, buddy.
He's shaking in his boots.
Yeah, and he's gonna try to claw Jeb. Oh, and that's a hit. Damn.
Ouch. Oof.
No
it
shit.
doesn't hurt though.
Yeah, it just rocks your world, and you get real weak all of a sudden. Doesn't really hurt, but you get real weak. Ooh. Yeah, okay.
I want to Benny. I want to try that again. That's a little bit better. That's 2 wounds at least.
All right. So you're able to soak 2 of those wounds.
That's better than all 3 at least.
Now, you're a little shook up, but okay.
I mean, anybody that's near basically sees Jeb get attacked, and you can hear him grunt as taking the claw swipe. But then afterwards, he's like, "Wow, this doesn't hurt."
Yeah, you felt it. It turned you around and shook you, but the pain's not really there. You look down, and there's like claw marks that's ripped your clothing, and you've got like blood lines through your chest, but doesn't
I'm not
seem
really
to hurt.
bleeding.
Right.
There might be a drop or 2 of blood, but you'd think on something like this there would be copious amounts of blood.
Father Miguel, give me a notice roll.
Copious.
And I did do a chip to remove that shake in there.
Okay. Oh, not a problem.
Good job, Padre.
You come running up to here trying to get away from these things like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And then you look up and there's another one coming at you out of the woods over here.
All right. Well, I remember my heroic nature and my priestly background to try to get things under control. If anyone asks later, this was a strategic move. Does this thing have cover or anything here in the woods?
It's dark out here to you. You've moved away from the lanterns now, so you're gonna be shooting at a -2. Plus, he's in the brush. You can see him kind of, the top part of him moving shit out of the way, trying to get at you.
I'm assuming the additional -2 would be on top of him to make it dark.
Well, no, it's already, yeah, we'll do that because it would be dark to him. So that'll work. -2, yeah. So we leave it perfect.
All right, because I have marksman, so if I can ignore points of cover if it's getting a modifier from cover.
It's more darkness than anything.
All right, then. Well, I run over this way, and before I get hold of myself and make this into a strategic maneuver entirely, that nothing else. As I come to a standstill, I see this guy in front of me, so I'm gonna raise my rifle and take a shot at it.
So you like run away and you slap yourself and get it together, Father, and you look up and you're like, oh shit, you pull your rifle. That's hit.
That shouldn't be.
Wendigo 3, short range, target 4, hit.
Wait, why was it only minus? You forgot to add the additional -2,
Yeah.
Brad.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay.
I thought he was.
So
I'm sorry.
No, that would be a miss.
Except I'm gonna red chip it.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna blue chip it.
You're gonna blue chip it. Okay.
To add a 5 to it.
2 + 5, that's a 7. That's a hit.
That's a hit. So let's do. Let's put this back on him. That is not a hit with a raise. So what number is he?
That was
3.
for
3. All right, so I'll put the hit back on him, and that's a total of a 9.
No, it would have
minus
been
2, 7.
7. Yeah.
Okay. The attack is 7, and
Eight.
his defense is
Beginner.
8. I don't understand that. It put a hit on him earlier. It's a miss.
No, it's a 7.
That's
That's above a 4.
parry.
Do
Yeah,
what?
all right. Marv, there's two types of parries in Savage Worlds. There's the melee parry, which actually goes against your parry score. And then there's ranged or gunfire parry, which goes
So
against
when I dropped it
always
on him,
4.
I just
Yes,
rolled
it
his
didn't
attack
quite-
up.
Yeah,
That's all
it didn't quite. Yeah, it didn't quite. When you drop the attack, the roll on him
Right.
again, it does it as
It-
melee, regardless if it was a ranged attack.
Okay.
But I wasn't
So
in
there's
melee
no way to
range.
get around that.
Right, you have to just,
Okay.
manually adjust and then do the damage.
Well, we'll take the damage then, which he's going to try to soak some of those wounds.
Wow.
Oh,
Nice
yes.
damage rolling, really awful. So
Oh,
that
yeah.
sucked.
That
Where's
sucked.
that white chip when I need it?
That was awful. That sucked. Father Miguel, anything else?
You used the white chip to soak, right?
I used a white
That doesn't
chip
help
to
me.
soak.
I wish I had a white chip right then. The only time you wish you had a white chip instead. I'm gonna yell out, these things look mighty sturdy.
You do know you can use a red chip as a white chip, and he doesn't get the benefit of it.
The feet says, or the edge says it's gotta be a matching color chip.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, his seventh son.
Oh,
did.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that or forgot it.
Yeah, seventh son.
Damn.
So I guess I just need to announce which color chip I'm going to use, and then you let me know whether or not you got. Of course, I could cheat.
Well,
I could
it
look
does
over
say
here's
a
your
white.
chip.
It does say you used a white fate chip, but I just wanted to double check.
Yep, used a white fate chip. Okay, so he soaks. And we're at the top of
The top of uh-oh? Yeah, I'll say
Yeah.
so.
Might
Yeah,
be
we-
a good spot to stop.
It's
with
going to be a
uh-oh.
good spot to stop. That's right. It's now top of the hour, and it's time for us to wrap things up for the week. So, gentlemen, we're at the top of the round. Actually should be round 2.
I'm assuming next session we will not be resetting bennies or
Until after this fight.
okay.
Oh, you got a good card you're waiting to play?
Depends on what other people play.
Yeah. You know what we can do, though? We can stop all sounds.
Oh, wait.
Thank
There's an easy
God.
way to do that. Just close Sirenscape.
No, I had the stop all sounds button on my hotbar.
Who's streaming out there? We got anybody to raid with?
I think Jacket Gaming.
Jacket Gaming's out there. Let's.
Oh, do you have D20? I'm seeing who's doing Fantasy Grounds. It says he's a very grim D&D finale. Jacket Gaming is. But then it says 7 days to die, so I think he forgot to change his stream.
Now, 7 Days to Die as a tabletop RPG could be very interesting.
Oh, that is a pretty good one.
And he is playing it in Fantasy Grounds. So we're gonna go raid Jacket Gaming.
Is he really doing 7 Days to Die? And
That's what it looks
Hey.
like.
okay, that's kind of cool.
I doubt it. I think it's he forgot to change his stream
Yeah.
tag.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell by looking at it. Let's. I think I got like some raid assist something or another over here. Here, raid channel. There we go. And channels I follow. Pick a channel. There he is. Jacket Gaming. 7 Days to Die. We'll start the raid. 1 viewer. 2 viewers.
No, we should have
3,
about
4,
8 or 9.
5, 9, 5. We're at 5. And
5.
5 viewers. Yeah. But we're
Hey,
raiding
Marv,
with 5. Hey, we'll see y'all next Thursday back here for Deadlands Thursday. But tomorrow night, Vino, are we Are we in Barovia?
Yeah.
All right, tomorrow
Yeah,
night,
we should be.
DM Veno,
Maximum chaos.
DM Venerick taking us back into Barovia for Curse of Strahd. Saturday night, back into Avernus on Rob Tui's stream with DM Drake right there. So let's go see what Jacket Gaming's doing. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Good night.
But before we actually close the session completely, I know the stream's finished. I just wanted to play a adventure card. Why don't you play Desperate Times and pull the Get Savage card?